Hi guys, my name is Megan and today I've got some back to school reading recs for you. Alright, so it is officially like the end of August. So you know, it's getting to be that time for going back to school. School is starting again, all of that kind of fun stuff. So I figured I would share some of my favorites, like going back to school recs or books where, you know, the characters are going back to either high school, college, whatever. Anyway, let's go ahead and just dive right in. The first one I'd like to recommend is going to be the Fence graphic novel series. This is a really fun graphic novel series following Nicholas, who is the illegitimate child of a famous fencer, and Nick is trying to get into fencing, and he gets into an academy that has a scholarship program for kids that can't afford to go there, and he ends up getting on to the fencing team, and it's just a really fun graphic novel, especially because these characters are hilarious and the art style is just so much fun. And it's about a sport that you don't really see a whole lot of outside of like the Olympics. Next up, I'd like to recommend Sunny Disposition. This is a really fun hockey adjacent, hockey-ish romance. This is following Naomi and Finn. So Naomi and Finn have this online friendship, but they don't know who the other person is. They were going to have they were going to meet in real life because they had kind of had this flirtatious thing going on, and then something happened and that never happened. So Finn got into an accident. Finn is a hockey player, so Finn got into an accident. Fast forward like 6 months and they are both starting their I think they're starting their sophomore year or their junior year at college, and they end up renting rooms at the same house, and they have a not so great meet cute. So Finn is really grumpy after his accident and doesn't really want to meet new people, and they end up becoming good friends through the course of this book. And Finn and Naomi's online relationship is still kind of there, but it's like lost some of the trust aspects in it. Once they figure out that they know each other in real life, things start going differently, and it's such a good book. And especially if you're like into a sports romance but don't want the sports being too much of like a plot point in your romance, this is one to check out, especially if you like gamer girls and just you want something fun and cozy and just really sweet. This is one to check out. So next up, I'm going to recommend Like Real People Do. This is a really fun hockey romance, and this one does have a lot of like hockey in it and a lot of sport, but also it has a really good like going back to school kind of a thing. So this is following Elijah, who is a freshman figure skater whose Olympic dreams got derailed because of a car accident that gave him a brain injury which causes epilepsy. So he's trying to get back on his feet and get back into his figure skating and trying to get that back on track. And at the ice rink that is attached to the college, that is where one of the NHL teams practices, and that is where our other character, Alex Price, comes in. He is the youngest NHL captain in the history of ever, I guess. And they have a not so great meet cute, but also they become really fast friends, and they kind of start dating, and then, you know, like trying to figure out all of the things and, you know, if they want to come out or not. And that it's such a good book. And especially if you love Check Please, this is one to read. This one actually started out as Check Please fanfic, and it's become so much more than that. The next book I'd like to recommend is going to be Three Meant to Be. So this is a dark academia, urban fantasy, kind of a paranormal romance mixed all together and jumbled up in really fun ways. So this is following Milo, who is a teacher at a magical high school, and he has a vision about one of his students dying, and basically the whole book is him trying to prevent the death of his student and also teach his students how to use their magic in like the correct ways and get them to like survive the first semester of school. And it's also him dealing with the fallout of a relationship that he was in where one of his partners died, and his other partner and him are trying to work through their grieving process about that and see if they can still make something work for themselves and be happy. It's such a good story, and just like all of the things mixed together, it's so good. And then the last book I'd like to recommend is going to be Icebreaker. This is another hockey-ish romance. So this is following Mickey James III. He is the son and grandson of hockey legends, and he is starting out, you know, his first year of college, and, you know, there's a lot of pressure on him to do great on the hockey team, but also to be the first pick in the NHL draft. It's about Mickey dealing with depression and the anxiety that comes with that, as well as, you know, a lot of other family drama and issues, and also coming out as bisexual and falling in love with one of his teammates who is kind of his rival for the top pick of the NHL draft. And it's just such a good book. And like, this one made me cry at least 3 times, and it's one that I would highly, highly recommend. All right, so those are some of my back to school reading recommendations. Do you guys have a back to school rec you'd like to recommend? Let me know down below. If you guys like this video, don't forget the like button. If you haven't already but would like to, go and hit the subscribe button. And if you'd like to follow me on social media for more bookish stuff, check out the links down below. Alrighty, bye guys.